All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to People in the Boxes, episode 134, Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. It is March 6th, 2025. If you are catching this, you might be seeing the replay. If you check out the show, tell us what you think in the comments. We'll get back to you. We're going to play an intro video now for about 4 minutes and 20 seconds to give us some time to hit the like and share and tag and all that good stuff. If you could help us out with that, we would appreciate it. We'll be right back, guys. Let's go.
Cozy room where the lights are dim sits Waylon the farmer with a heart full of whim. He's not tilling fields or sowing seeds, but planting thoughts, fulfilling needs. People in the boxes, that's the name of the show, where voices unite, let their stories flow. From all walks of life, they come to share their hopes, their dreams, their daily fare. With headphones on and mic in hand, Waylon invites listeners from across the land. He says, come on in, don't be shy. Let's talk about life, let's give it a try. People in the boxes, dogmies unfold. In this podcast, hearts are bold, breaking down walls with every word. In Waylon's world, everyone's heard. Everyone's heard. From the city slicker to the country lass, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and everything in between. Waylon's voice, the perfect scene. He cultivates thoughts like crops and rows, his podcast a garden where wisdom grows. No matter the topic, big or small, Waylon's there, connecting us all. So tune into People in the Boxes tonight, where every voice shines and every story's right. With Waylon the farmer, indoors we might be, but through this podcast, we're all free. This song for Waylon, for bringing us together, in a world where we all seek to connect forever. People in the Boxes, tune in, you'll find a community where every voice is intertwined. If you cultivate thoughts like crops and rows, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and every word. In Waylon's world, everyone's heard. From the city slicker to the country lass, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and everything in between. Waylon's voice, the perfect scene. From the city slicker to the country lass, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and everything in between. Waylon's voice, the perfect scene. He cultivates thoughts like crops and rows, his podcast a garden where wisdom grows. No matter the topic, big or small, Waylon's there, connecting us all. So tune in to People in the Boxes tonight, where every voice shines and every story's right. With Waylon the farmer, indoors we might be, but through this podcast, we're all free. This song for Waylon, for bringing us together, in a world where we all seek to connect forever. With Waylon the Boxes, tune in, you'll find a community where every voice is intertwined.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. once again, we had a blizzard and we're back to good weather again. But up and down the roller coaster of Illinois right here. It is March 6th, at least for me anyway. Me and Red 6, we've got the roller coaster of weather going on. March 6th, guys, 2025, 8 o'clock Central Time for people in the boxes. Tonight we're going to talk about loyalty and kind of, all the ins and outs around that. We're going to get into it and probably open up into an open discussion. But I will just say this right off the bat is I think a lot of people expect loyalty to be a permanent thing, and it's also a two-way street. All the cliches that you out there. It's like, hey, it goes both ways and such. So we're going to get into it and kind of keep it loose. Of course, we invite you guys to come up and hang out with us. We're going to put the link out here real quick. I actually got a new People in the Boxes song that I want to unveil right now. We've got Red 6, we've got Kim with us, we've got Bean, Dongo, and Jason with us in the house. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. I just want to play this for you guys real quick, like. 2 minutes to the 7:10. Cheers, everybody. Bring it in. Hit that like button. Throw up the door prize challenge again. I pulled up what Grok thinks about loyalty. Check that out. Let me turn this down a little bit. It's pretty good. It's not bad. But we can turn it down a bit anyway. Souls on display. I like that line about that. Red 6, how you doing, man? What's going on Thursday night? Good. Who's the veteran winner this week?
Dawson Morrissey out of Texas.
Oh, sorry. Who is?
Dawson Morrissey out of Texas.
Dawson Morrissey, okay.
Texas.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nationwide. I'm going to share this in real quick. I'm just going to see what Grok has to say about it. It's just like a search engine. AI these days, I would take it with a grain of salt, but just what got so far. Because I want to see what everybody else, like what it means to you guys, like what loyalty means. I mean, I think the word trust kind of comes in real close to the word loyalty, right? Let's see what Grok says here. Loyalty is a steadfast commitment or devotion to a person, group, cause, or principle, often demonstrated through consistent support, trust, and reliability, even in challenging circumstances. It's about standing by someone. Let me turn this down. I wanted to play the whole thing, but it's like 3 minutes, and we got a show to do here. See, there it is. Trust. Demonstrated through consistent support, trust, and reliability. Even in challenging circumstances, it's about standing by someone or something, not just when it's easy, but when it's tough. Think of a friend who sticks with you through a crisis, or a soldier who remains dedicated to their country despite the risks. Philosophers like Aristotle tied it to virtue, suggesting it's a natural extension of trust and mutual benefit in relationships. Psychologically, it's linked to attachment and identity. People stay loyal because it reinforces who they are or what they value. On the flip side, loyalty can be blind or misplaced. History is full of examples: soldiers loyal to tyrannical regimes, or people sticking with toxic relationships out of obligation. It's not always noble. Context matters. Some argue it's instinctual, rooted in survival. Tribal loyalty kept early humans alive, while others see it as a choice shaped by culture and morality. And then AI says, what's your take? What does loyalty mean to you? Well, I don't need to respond to you there, Grok, but we can talk about it, because really, I think it's almost like, man, it's almost as important as happiness, because people are always searching for it. Everyone's always expecting other people to give it to us, right? Make me happy. I want to like find someone that will make me happy. That's a classic line. And so loyalty is almost like that, because we want it so bad, right? But you can never expect it. I think we can give it, but we can't ever expect it. I don't know. I'm just riffing here, but I just don't think you can expect loyalty from people. You can expect people to do what's in their best interest, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, like, hey, like, say if I have an employee and, she gets a better job, well, fuck, what can I do about that? Oh, I can't get loyalty around here. Like, have you ever been at a job where they're like, where you say something like, man, we can't keep any good employees around here? And that's because the good ones find a way to get out of there to something else, right? Like, that's why. Not because they're not loyal.
When I think of loyalty, the only thing that would come to mind is like a soldier, or like some people are loyal to the company, or even like an animal. But I don't ask anybody for loyalty. Like, if I'm not the leader of anything, you know what I mean? I'd rather respect than loyalty. Like, just have respect for me, and you'll go further than you will for fucking loyalty. You're just blindly following. You know what I mean?
You think loyalty is something you can feel? Oh yeah, let me put the link out here. DC, I sent you the link if you want to come up, man. I don't know. Like,
I think if you're passionate about it enough, you can. One thing to me, loyalty is, if you're loyal to me, I want you to be loyal to me behind my back, in front of my back, whether I'm in the room or not. Stand up for me. If you respect me and you're loyal to me, stand up for me. Don't let somebody talk behind my back, standing in there, That's one big thing to me, is even if I'm not in the room, who's going to stand up for me? Are you that true friend that's loyal enough if somebody starts talking shit? Or are you going to sit there and just mind your P's and Q's and, oh, I don't want to get involved? I'm not part of this situation. It's, you know what? Don't talk shit about him while he's not in the room. Let me call him up real quick, and he's going to come in the room, and then you guys can all start talking shit. But until then, no, because that's my friend, and I respect him. I'm loyal to him. That's between you two. That's not between all of us. Yeah. So that's one thing that definitely came to my mind when I read that this morning. I was like, loyalty, okay. Who's going to be there fighting for me when I'm not in the room? So that was the first thing that I read.
I think loyalty has a certain amount of sentiment to it.
Yeah, I think loyalty is like the group dynamic. Like, it puts you, like, when you're loyal to somebody, like, you're almost saying that they're above you, and you would put yourself in line. Like, you would put yourself in front of, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think what you're describing, Jason, would be respect. Like, if this person respects you enough to not let these people talk, like, they're not, I wouldn't call it loyal. Maybe it's just semantics, but like, right when
I didn't realize how close them two words are. They run parallel together, but they kind of merge in certain areas, but not all the way through. So yeah, I totally understand and get it, B. Definitely. 100%. Yeah.
Well, that's why I think trust is a big thing, because can you trust somebody? Because when you befriend someone, you're trusting them with your flaws, and when you want them to be loyal, basically you want them to just to be trustworthy to your vulnerabilities, because we all have things that we don't want out there in the public, but a loyal friend or a loyal employee is not going to tell everybody, oh, hey, we had this health code violation the other day, don't buy our goods, you know what I mean? That's good stuff. Like, like you're giving them the kind of the behind the scenes to your life, and maybe to, like, say, your family,
Mm-hmm.
If I have a loyal friend that's that I'm expecting, like say to get a ride to work or something, but I have kids at home, that they let me down if I can't get, you know, bread on the table for my family. And it might be, maybe it's not their fault that I don't have a vehicle, but if it's like, hey, I got you, you know, I'll be there 6 a.m., brother, you know, you're gonna be at work, no problem, you know. And then what happened? It's like, well, I think there's a way to have a mistake but still remain loyal to someone. Like say, hey, or like we'll just use a company. Like I can be loyal to a company but also want to protect my own interests, right? Because go ahead, Kim.
I think with loyalty, there's a certain amount of gratitude or indebtedness that goes with loyalty. And it doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. Like I'm very loyal to my family. I'm a very loyal person. I'm loyal to my family and I'm loyal to my friends. And, you know, like.
That makes sense.
Me and my brother did not get along. My oldest brother that died about a year ago. And back about 20 plus years ago, I decided that I'd had enough of him and I didn't want, you know, as far as I'm concerned, he died. Like the relationship died and I had nothing for him anymore like that. I still loved him because he was my brother, but I had no desire to try and foster any kind of a relationship with the man.
You say cut him off.
Huh?
You just cut him off.
Yeah, basically. Didn't think about him at all. I didn't harbor bad feelings toward him. I didn't harbor any hate or anything like that. But he was still my brother. And I remember my brother used to be police chief here in Las Cruces. And he worked very hard to get to that position. It wasn't just given to him. I mean, there was a certain amount of luck that went with it, but he worked very hard to get to that position in his career. And I remember I was in one of my classes one day and there was this guy and we were standing there waiting to talk to the professor after the class was over. And there was this guy that was standing there talking to the professor ahead of me. And he started talking shit about my brother. He was a police officer and he started talking shit about my brother. And I walked up to him and I says, put my hand out and I says, hi, my name is Kim Axtell and you happen to be talking about my brother. And I said, I don't appreciate your disloyalty to the fact that you work in my brother's police force and you're standing here bad mouthing him. And I said, I want you to know that I'm going to go let my brother know who you are. And then I just stepped back and he just sat there and he looked at me like dumbfounded after that. But it's like,
oh snap, I'm caught.
Yeah, you know, it's like, don't be talking shit about anybody. You know, I don't know. I just feel like I understand that people don't always agree with your leadership or, you know, you have your opinions or whatever. But he is standing there loudly and publicly bad-mouthing my brother like that. And it's like, you know.
Shaming him.
Now, would my brother have done the same for me? Hell no. My brother was a shithead. But I'm a very loyal person. And it's like, you know, my brother and I have our differences, but I better not ever fucking hear anybody talk shit about my brother because I will put you in your place. But I think there has to be some there has to be some kind of a debt in order for a person to have loyalty. I think you owe something, some kind of allegiance to somebody when you have loyalty to them.
Well, like I said, though, there's the sunken cost fallacy debt. Like you're saying, people feel like they are indebted to stay loyal. And sometimes that's just wrong. That's why we have toxic relationships and abusive relationships. Like Facebook. We feel like we should be loyal to the Facebook because of all you guys. Most of you guys are here on Facebook and in the comments. I mean, everyone in the chat right now, mostly everybody chatting is on Facebook, even though we're live on, 6 different locations. But that also bites us in the ass if we don't spend a little bit of time on those other places, just to bring it back to like something I deal with on a daily basis. I've lost all loyalty to Facebook, but I still spend probably a majority of my time. I mean, it's almost not a majority now, but it's still maybe a tiny minor majority of my time on Facebook versus the other locations. And I really don't even spend as much time on Facebook anymore because I've just gotten so. It literally feels like an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Where they tell you things like, no, you don't, you're currently no restrictions on your account, and I'm like, bitches, I look at these numbers on a daily basis. I can see what's going on,
Or they hit you with, you got to restrict, and then you go look at it and it says, you have no problems with your account. But you just told me.
Yeah. And then
I
they
lost
just
all live video rights. I can't go live at all.
to your IP, not to your profile.
Yeah,
any-
I can go live on my other accounts, just not my main profile. Yeah. So, but they took my Messenger also. They didn't just take Facebook live. They took my Messenger live. I can't even do live phone calls.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, fuck you, Facebook.
Well, I tell you what, not to. Well, I mean, we have the time. I've been doing this little after sesh on locals because I have an easy way to flip it on fairly like within a couple minutes, and I've been doing this every night after my show. Typically, I've been saving the smoking until afterwards, but obviously we don't do that on this show. But it's been really nice, though. What I'm getting at is that we go over there, we're watching all sorts of music videos, we're watching some Kill Tony, we're watching, pieces of movies. Oh, you haven't seen that? Let me show you this clip, and then we're pulling. I can watch whole movies over there as a watch party. Obviously, it costs $2 a month to get into it, but that alone is so nice. We had like 8 people. We had Smashley, DC. Were up on screen with me, and we had like 4 or 5 other people watching and hanging out, and it's so nice, man. I'm just saying, for that reason alone, like, we can just, what do you want to listen to? All right, flip it on, and everyone's throwing out like requests, like a radio station or something. Hey, we got Elisa May in the house. What's up, Elisa?
I
Hey,
think there's a
Lisa,
loyalty to the need of something too.
Kat, what's up, Kat?
Everybody's probably loyal to a fault, right?
Would that be loyalty, or is that just necessity? Because you wouldn't be loyal without the necessity.
I think that's why they're linking it a little bit to instinct, because
I think that's where it comes to the small business, though.
Oh,
fine, like, I'm loyal to certain grocery stores, certain small businesses that I know I'm getting. They're way overpriced. But the customer service, the small town hospitality, the respect that I get when I go into that store, just, they know my name, they have my orders. If I want something different, they're going to order it for me and have it there within a couple days. So I think that's where that factor comes in.
When I worked at Taco John's, they told us to ask people their first name for their order. So that way you get to know their name and them personally, and then you build like loyalty out of the customer too.
Yep. 100%. I'll pay that $5 to $8 for my coffee from the local coffee shop before I go to Starbucks or a name brand coffee shop, because my local person has been here busting their ass for 15, 20 years. And then all of a sudden Starbucks come in and bought this other company out. And now, they're being pushed out the door. Even our donut places. We have local donut places that have been here for 50, 60, 70 years, some of them. And they're getting pushed out the door by some of these big franchise, Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts and even Tim Hortons. We all of a sudden here in my town, I know of 5 Tim Hortons that are within 10 minutes of each other.
Andrew, come up.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Anna, come on up.
So sorry, Kat, but that's a lot.
Yeah. Kat, I wasn't asking you to come up anyway. Kat was like, I'm not home right now. I'm like, hey, I didn't even get to the question yet. Holy fuck.
Cat's getting her iced tea right now.
Yeah.
She's getting her iced tea from Tim Hortons.
We'll be on plenty of time for you to come on back. If you want.
Her steep tea. Sorry.
Oh, okay. We finally found the name of the song. Oh, okay. Soul Rebel, Marley. Okay, yeah, we played some Marley Jr. and we played a whole bunch of good stuff. I was like pulling shit out. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And like I was running a blank, and then I'd think of something, or somebody else would think of a video, and then it just opened back up. Oh yeah, I remember this one too. And then yeah. Anyway, it was good. It's good.
Marley Cycle, that's the thing too with people jumping ship is they could be loyal to the wrong person and not know any of the situation that's going on, and all of a sudden, oh no, and then they find out the truth, and it's like, oh fuck, why was I loyal to this person?
That's why the first thing I said was that it wasn't necessarily a permanent thing. You can't expect someone's loyalty to remain, you know.
Yeah, some people are loyal to a fault, like.
Yeah, but that's almost brainwashing. It's almost like, you know, manipulation happening there. You know, either whether it's a relationship or a business where they make you think, well, you can't. There's nowhere else you can go after this. You know, those kind of things. Or golden handcuffs where they get you stuck in a contract in some way where you have to like just go through the motions.
Well, I mean, even smaller, you see it a lot in like the canon community a lot. Whenever there's like some bickering going on, like everybody feels like they have to be like loyal to one side or the other, and like no matter what the problem is, like they're just mad at the other person now because that person's mad at them. Like
groupthink, yeah. It's like,
I know my name and my name at the bottom there, my group name, it sets people's asshole on fire. I know it. Yeah. So. Hey.
Like
yeah. Yeah.
Sister.
I've been with Joe since I was 16. I expect loyalty from him. I expect him to be honest and communicate with me, at least. Be real.
Yeah. I feel like that's deeper than loyalty, though. At that point, that's a lifelong commitment. I guess maybe loyalty.
You have to be a loyal person in order to have a lifelong commitment.
Go down that road, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to be that type of person.
But do we think that you're a type of person that is loyal in general, or you find a thing to be loyal to, and you're not necessarily just a loyal person to anything that comes across you? You know what I mean? Like, you're not just a yes man to everything to be loyal to. Or maybe it's just that you're a good person and loyalty comes with like just treating people right, you know? I don't know. I don't think that's the case, because there's plenty of people that treat me with respect, but they're not like loyal fans or loyal, like they're not coming through to you know, see how I'm doing or anything. They're just like cordial, like acquaintances, you know? That doesn't mean they're loyal to me, but they're just good. They're nice enough people. So I don't think that
and trust are like build over time too. You don't automatically.
Was that the actual definition of loyalty, or was that just Gronk's answer?
That was Gronk's answer. We can look up the definition. I don't see it being much different, because I think we have run across it before.
You know what? I think with loyalty, there's a certain level of commitment that comes with being loyal. And some people are just they don't, I don't know, they don't commit as easily as other people.
That's the thing. Commitment's hard these days.
I never commit.
So this is just Wikipedia. I'd rather find like a here he goes, dictionary. The Oxford Languages. It's a noun. The quality of being loyal. Well, thank you. Her loyalty to her husband of 34 years. That was one of the first things they taught me. The card catalog, the duty system, and then that. All right.
What's loyal mean?
A strong feeling of support or allegiance. Plural noun, loyalties. Okay, can we just get more into the definition? Fights with in-laws are distressing because they cause divided loyalties. What? They have to tell us. Wow.
break it down and just go to loyal then, because if it's using loyal in the definition.
Yeah,
So
that's true. I think it's
One thing that confuses me with the loyalty though is with a pet, because you can train a pet to be loyal. Can you train a person to be loyal? Is that what we're doing? Are we training people to be loyal?
that's
to
what
us?
I think of when I think of loyalty. I think of more of like a dog is loyal to their owner.
But they were trained to be loyal to us.
Yeah, I think of more of like a chain of command thing. Like if you're loyal to a person, you're putting that person ahead of you in the chain of command.
I would say family units are like that. What's that? Well, Lisa May, you saying something?
You accept people's boundaries and you don't violate them, and that makes you loyal. No.
So here we go. It says giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution. So it's basically the same. We didn't get much more. So showing firm and constant support, firm and constant, but like doesn't to like forever. Like it doesn't really give us a. It's okay. Just being like, well,
Not to jump too far political, but even with that, you're loyal to the left side, loyal to the right side, loyal to your beliefs on that. And then more recently, we've seen people say, oh, I'm no longer a Democrat. I'm no longer a Republican. I'm no longer supporting this. I'm no longer supporting that. So even people that have been a certain left side or right side for 60 years, more recently I'm no longer loyal to this. So,
or even just team sports.
Yeah, even sports, definitely. Yeah.
Big professional team sports. I don't understand that. I do not understand the loyalty that some people have to a professional team sport, whatever team that is. I don't care if it's the Bulls. I don't care if it's whatever. Unless maybe I kind of could understand us caring about the Olympics a little bit. I've kind of lost respect for the Olympics. It's been such a crazy sort of like a chip being thrown around, like a volleyball of like politics and other news craziness and stuff like that. The Olympics has just been so weird lately. But my point is like it's like all of us in the country on that team, right? But do any of you guys have a team that you're just so like you're a diehard whatever this or that fan? Red Six, what do you got? Who's your football team? Like who's the
I'm a Bears fan.
Bears fan? But are you like
I don't watch every Sunday though.
Okay. Well, I know there's people, man, that's their thing. It's almost like they have nothing else to get behind, and so they kind of really go full on like body paint and all the the foam hand and all the whole thing. I mean, I get going to a live game. I've been to like live baseball games at the we have a B team. I don't know what you call it, triple or double A or something. It's the Chiefs. You ever been to a Chiefs game, Red Six?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Elisa May, you're probably maybe a little too far away, but you know about the Chiefs, don't you?
No.
No? The Chiefs? Three Chiefs? There's a echo.
Peoria? I don't know.
Why is there an echo now? Okay, it's gone. Anyway, you probably wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe you guys have one over there too, but my point is like going to a game is pretty interesting and it's like more excitement and but the people who are like armchair quarterbacks and like I don't know, I've never understood the fervor behind that.
Yeah, maybe that's why I think about all this the way that I do, because I never really cared about teams or never idolized celebrities, like never put anybody on different levels. Everybody's equal. That's why I say like more respect than loyalty. Like if you have respect for me as a human, and you know what I mean, like you're gonna go a lot further for me than if you're just loyal. Like that. Like I think a lot of what you're saying, Kim, is like those standards that come along with loyalty. is more than just having respect for somebody. There's something else. There's another reason you have respect for this person. And if that reason wasn't there, would you really respect that person, or are you just tied to this person because of this?
Well, let's play this scenario. I respect you, but I don't agree with your choice right now. So I'm not going to go along with what you're deciding to do. Is that not being loyal? Would you consider that not being loyal, or would you consider that, what would that be considered?
See, I wanted to bring that up because, like, a good friend would say, "Hey, no, you've had too many to drink," or, you know, "Give me your keys." But would loyalty be different? Would it be like, "All right, I'm along for the ride, let's go," or whatever? You know, I don't know. I think you have a good question there, and I think a loyal employee. Let's bring it back to the company terms. A loyal employee would probably tell the boss when there's a problem that's costing them money, or you know, that's got some kind of issue. You know,
What if it's your wife? That's your coworker is your wife, and she's the one slacking off and causing issues on this, that, and the other. Would you go to your boss and say, "Look, you know, are you loyal to your job, or are you loyal to your wife?"
Well, no, I would take my
work
wife
with
to
your
the
kid,
courthouse
too.
lawn. Yeah, if I've worked with
You know.
family, that's a
Well, you gotta be loyal to your wife first, and then your job.
That's
hierarchy. Yeah.
That's
Okay,
just a
but wait
pros
a minute.
and cons
Then you both are
situation.
going to get fired, and you both aren't going to have a job.
That's a pros and cons situation. I got to live with her.
Right.
You
I don't know why I worked at the hospital. My job told us you should always put your family first. Like they're a Catholic hospital, so they used to pray over you, and they used to tell you no matter what, put your family first. So that means above them, you should put your family.
You know, it's a lot of things too, and a lot of parents go through the situation is they want to be loyal to the job, but school just canceled. I can't come in because I don't have a babysitter. I have to watch my kids.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a legal thing too, though. Like you have legal obligations to your
So
legal and moral obligations.
Yeah. Plus, it's a priorities kind of question. You know, you could be loyal. Like let's put it on even terms and say, I'm loyal to two different friends. I'm loyal to, you know, Red Six and Bean. You know, I'm loyal to both of you. One of you does something that maybe weakens that loyalty by whatever, you know, hurting, you know, pissing me off in some way. Then that can break the loyalty from the other end. You know, I might be the most loyal guy in the world, but you fuck with me or do wrongly or something. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you got to maintain it from both sides. Hey, we got Leaf Cycle. Still waiting for him to load in here. You too, DC, man. Forgive him.
I'm usually pretty loyal.
That's okay.
To a fault, but also at the same time, like if I've been loyal to you and you betray me, like that's your one and only shot.
Right. But that just means that you're missing the factor of like blind loyalty, where you just are like doing it regardless of what the person does to you, like a abusive partner or something. Leaf Cycle, what's up?
Hello.
What do you got? Are you I don't mean to put you on the spot, but are you married? Are you guys going to get married soon?
We're engaged. Yeah, we're engaged.
Okay.
You know, fiance, they like to say.
Well,
fancy, you know, gotta say
right.
fancy.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I think of loyalty when you think of marriage, you know, or like Elisa May was talking about a lifelong relationship, whether you get married with the paperwork or not, you know, that's loyalty right there. I also agree with. Go ahead. Sorry.
What about, you know, I have not had the privilege, and unfortunately I won't, but serving in your armed forces, military, stuff like that, you have a certain loyalty to the people that you serve with, you know, the people in your group, in your troop, in, you know, your bunk, whatever it is. You have a loyalty to them that you're with every single day, day in and day out.
No, you
correct?
really don't, because
That's
they're
why I
gonna
said
just
the only
back.
thing I could think of when I think of loyalty is soldiers. But
You're a little low, Andrew. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit here. You've tried to jump in, but it's like the audio's low. Oh yeah, it's like below half for some reason. There we go.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
you must have been annoying one of these days. Yeah, you below half.
Too loud?
I mean, I don't know. No, I think maybe it was we were messing with some kind of background noise we were trying to figure out. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Last time you were on, I didn't have that problem. You played in game night. Was it this week or last week? It was last week. It was last week. Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bean
now I
played
lost
this
track.
week.
I lost track of what I was saying. So.
Sorry. Loyalty.
Like when you served, Waylon, did you feel a certain loyalty to the people that you were there serving with?
So I have an odd situation. I spent the last few
Fuck those
years.
guys.
Yeah. I've spent the last few years basically being shunned for cannabis. And here we are about to pass. They're about to pass a bill to use for psychedelics and cannabis for veterans. So yeah, fuck those guys. Being said. But like honestly, like I did have like when I was still in, like I had people that I liked and trusted, but I think during the war, when you're in the thick of it, yeah, you're much more loyal to your and it's almost like a team sport because you have your unit, and yeah, you might work with some other unit, but it's still another unit. That's them and we're us. You're still like a more cohesive. It's almost like different companies or different teams of sports or something. What do you think, Red
Let's just
Six?
say you're always
Go ahead.
your best bet is to always have a backup plan. You can only
Yeah,
rely on-
or allow for that to happen. Be like, well, I have an employee now. Say I hired an employee. I gotta allow for them to like stab me in the back. I don't want that to happen, but if it happens, it's going to be like, well, that's not the first time it's ever happened. Like, you gotta almost. I hate to be cynical about it, but it's a realistic point of view. Like, you don't. If someone did something to me that's happened a gazillion times to everyone else, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, it's going to be like, motherfucker, like, you did it to me. You're out of here. Like, you're out of my life, whatever. You're fired. Whatever I got to do at that point to recover. You know what I mean? But I think people mistake loyalty for like a lifelong commitment. And sometimes you just start to get on each other's nerves. Like,
I think that they used to have those kinds of things, but all of that just started disappearing. I think in the 70s is when it, people were really, really loyal to a lot of stuff. Most people were. You didn't see divorces happening as much, were pretty rare up until the 70s. I don't know. Families used to be a lot more cohesive. I think in the 70s, a lot of that stuff started changing. Companies stopped being loyal to their employees. I remember my sister is from Illinois, and she worked in a factory in Streator, Illinois. And
Streator, okay.
Yeah, and it was the Owens Corning. I don't know if it's still there or not, but it's a glass factory. But she worked in that factory. She graduated from high school and she went to work there, and she worked there for a long, long time before she was killed. But there was no loyalty to them. They started transferring operations overseas somewhere, and it started closing down the plant and layoffs and stuff like that. And I think when society just started shifting at that time, and that's when you started seeing just that blanket loyalty that people had for things really started shifting too. That was a hard pill for me to swallow, because like I said, I'm a very loyal person. And I realized when I got transferred from the school that I was working at, I got transferred from one school to the other. Wasn't anything that I did wrong or anything. We just happened to lose a teaching position. And they transferred me from one school to the other. And it really upset me because, you know, I vest a lot of who I am. I vest myself in my students. And for me to get transferred like that was really, really eye-opening. And after that, I was like, I don't have loyalty like that to my work anymore, because I'm a chair today, a table tomorrow, a pencil the next day. And if I die, they're going to replace me right away. You know, so my loyalty, I started looking at my loyalty towards things or towards my employment a lot differently.
It's like Elisa May just said a few minutes ago, it takes time to build that up. Like it's, you know, you can't. So I think some of us, though, we become loyal, like Jason was talking about. It's almost taught. It's like, well, then this house, well, this is a Chicago Bears house, son. And, you know, like, here's the jersey you're wearing, you know, and like, here's all the clothes I buy for you is going to be this team. And it's almost, or you could take it into religious terms and be like, this is the type of household you grew up. I've always said that, like, if I grew up in China, probably wouldn't be a Christian by default, you know? And most people in America, some people that fight against it or say that they're not religious, don't acknowledge the whole basis or the foundation of the whole country being sort of from there. But it's kind of a loyalty that we're born into. In other words, like if we want to function in this society the way that, or maybe let's pretend for a minute there's nothing in American society that I enjoy, but I still have to function in it. By that alone, you're going to grow up and sort of indoctrinated into the Judeo-Christian sort of framework without even knowing it. And then you're almost loyal to that because other people from other religions or other countries are so different, so other to you, that it makes you much more easy to be loyal to the people who are similar to you, right? And I think that speaks to what Grok said about the tribalistic nature of loyalty. It's not a defense mechanism, but a survival mechanism. You know, like what is it? Strength in numbers, or there's another word I'm trying to think of. Security in numbers, but or protection, I should say. And that's another thing with companies. You think, well, if I'm loyal to this company, I'll get that raise and then maybe that other raise and stuff. Yeah. And I've found out that loyalty isn't good when you do things like outshine your boss. They don't like that shit. Just saying. You're not trying to pick from those right produce. Man, I was accused of running an underground coup at this hospital I worked for. It's crazy. The first time I ever worked in a any crew of anywhere at all where we had a meeting with the HR department where the management was not allowed to be in there. All of the other people on the shift were there with HR to like basically unload and tell them all the shit that the management is falling short with. Well, turns out that's just a way for them to let us relieve some pressure, right? And let us, we got it off our chest. And what they did was, you know what they did with that manager? They just moved him to a different location on a different shift, managing a different set of people, you know? And it's just like, just, there you go. Go over there now. Like, motherfuckers. Like, they like, the stuff we were telling them wasn't just like, we don't like him. It was like, this guy is the dumbest motherfucking person we've ever met. I watched him wrap a pallet of stuff and the pallet jack with the wrapping the whole way, and like just a whole bunch of like really sort of like, this guy doesn't know how to put the square peg in the square hole kind of thing, you know. And like, how's he managing things here? This is insane. He was just like a middle manager guy, but anyway, it's a funny story. But it's like you lose your loyalty to a company real quick when they just look at you, like Kim was saying, like a piece of equipment. But,
even
but
with a restaurant too. You know, restaurants that you go to, because we all are. It happens to every single one of us. We become loyal to a specific restaurant because of one reason or another. But then all of a sudden, fuck that place, right? Just over one situation, usually, maybe two, you know. But all of a sudden, it's just no, fuck that place. So
yeah, I'll give them
Quick.
one to slide. But
Yeah,
if it just seems like there's, or like, I guess what happens is when the first time you have like an issue come up that you need to talk to your manager about, that's when you gauge like, are they going to be helpful to you when you have an issue? You know,
Right.
Nope, maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You know, I think to some degree loyalty is taught, though. Thinking about that, because you know, I've the work that I've done as as a teacher, I worked with some kids that like just grew up, and I don't want to say blanket term that abuse kids or whatever necessarily, but a lot of the kids that I worked with that were abused had no sense of loyalty. But it was more than just being abused. It was kids that were not taught to be loyal. I think loyalty is to some degree taught. I think it's
Or the ability to be loyal, maybe, or at least that
no.
the kid isn't.
Like when I tell my kids to do unto others as you'd want done to you. That's just like a respect thing, and it's loyalty that is taught. You don't want to do stuff to people that you don't want done to you, so you should have that mutual respect as a person.
I think that there's people that are super damaged. Like, for example, there was this kid that I worked with. He wasn't one of my students necessarily, but I worked with him like a little bit, like on the side. I worked in this school for seriously emotionally disturbed kids. And there was this young man, he was 11 years old, and
Nice rip.
he grew up in San Francisco. He was from San Francisco. And from the time he was an infant, he had been prostituted by his parents. His parents were drug addicts and they were street people. And from the time he was an infant, he had been prostituted for sex. And this kid had no loyalty. He had no sense of loyalty. And it wasn't, a lot of the times kids that are severely abused will have a very false sense of love and what love means and stuff like that. They have very confused mixed signals with what all that means. And a lot of the times they'll equate that abuse with being loved, and there'll be this loyalty to their family. But this kid had no loyalty. It was like he had, and it was probably because there were no boundaries that were ever taught to him. I think with loyalty, there's some kind of boundaries that are taught with loyalty. And I don't know, like some of these people that I've worked with, or just, that I've had experience with, that are like really, really hardened people, like street people, that have never had, or probably had very little of a loving environment of any kind, really don't exhibit loyal traits a lot of the time.
Attachment. They had no attachment.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bean.
I think attachment may be something that goes with loyalty. You have to have the ability to attach to it or something. I don't know.
And they don't trust. And that's part of loyalty too, when you can't
yeah,
trust.
if I don't trust you or I don't respect you, you aren't getting my loyalty.
Bean, go ahead.
I think loyalty is like a commitment absent like emotion. Like there could be like emotion or like feeling or respect involved, but it's the commitment that's the loyalty. Like say like love friend, like you could love somebody and still fucking stab him in the back, but if you're loyal to somebody, like that's the commitment. It's the action that comes along with the, like you're gonna have my back regard. You could love me or hate me, But if you're loyal, you're gonna have my back.
Do you think, we don't see it as much nowadays, but growing up in and around Detroit, when I did, gangs were very, very big. It was very, very big. And if you did not join a gang, you had to watch out,
And that's,
because
yeah,
that
those people
gang
are
had
loyal to
your
you like
back.
blind.
It didn't matter what happened. They had your back. And if they didn't have your back and the upper people found out about it, oh God forbid, it was not a pretty sight. Nowadays it has fizzled out a little bit, but they are still there. And even with biker gangs and stuff, there are still them gangs out there that have that loyalty that is ride or die. If you are not loyal to me, you are probably going to be 6 feet under,
Loyalty at gunpoint, even. Go ahead, Bean.
I was just agreeing out loud.
Arlene, hello.
What about when you figure out somebody isn't loyal anymore? Or that feeling?
Like Kim
confront
said,
them?
mine came with my family, my relatives. I have a belief that there is family and there are relatives, because I have relatives that I will never speak to again the rest of my life. I don't care that they're blood or not, but I have family that I have never met in person that have done more for me just being able to talk on video than some of my relatives ever would. So, but I have relatives that I have cut off because of what they have done in situations that nope, I won't even look back at it. Do I love them? Yeah. Do I want ill will to fall on them? No, not at all. But there is what it is. Yeah.
I first thought, what about second chances? But then I thought, well, you didn't just cut them off from like one mistake or whatever. There's probably multiple second chances, and then boom, you like, okay, that's it. I've had to cut friends off like that for sure.
Yeah.
But you're right, Leaf Cycle. The feeling you get when you realize, or when it dawns on you at whatever point when you're like, oh, this person is definitely not loyal, meaning that they are probably when you come to the conclusion someone's not loyal, you're most likely thinking that they're doing something in a negative light, whether that is not doing what they could be for you, or what they were doing, or not, what I mean is, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are like actively hurting you in some way, but it's still not a good feeling, and it feels like you're violated a little bit. I don't know if you heard earlier when I was talking about it, but when you are loyal to someone, you're basically being allowing them into your behind the scenes with some of the details of your life. Loyalty going both ways, and they end up knowing some things about you that could be misconstrued or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good feeling when you come to the conclusion that, oh, I'm going to have to drop this person because whatever reason, because I don't think that they have my best interest at heart when they're dealing with me, whatever that is.
Product of divorce,
And how do you do it without hurting feelings?
You said, how do you do it without the bad feelings? What did you say?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
How do you do it without hurting anybody's feelings?
Oh, without hurting
You
anyone's
just
feelings.
separate, because you start acting different, even if it's unintentionally. Just knowing that they, let's just say they betrayed you or something like that.
Yes. It's I don't know. I wouldn't say I do it correctly, but I wrestle with it for a while, because it's like, well, am I just jumping to conclusions? Is there a sufficient enough evidence to make this claim or whatever? Have I tried to bring it up to them like verbally, and they just shoot it down, or say, you're just seeing things or something, like whatever it is? Like, is there any attempt from the other side to sort of like meet you halfway or whatever? I mean, there's a lot of like little check boxes that you're like, okay, well, this is it. Like like especially relationship. Like you're like, well, I tried to meet them halfway and whatever. But to your point, it's hard to be honest. You're like, look, Smashley, what's up? Like you can't be like, well, look, I'm sorry, I can't go out with you anymore because your breath stinks. Like you just, no one's gonna say that. Like you might get that person that's like really blunt. You're like, I'm sorry, we can't go on a second date. Why is that? I don't know. I know
she got halitosis from hail.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, we went to that chicken wing place, but all I could
That's
smell was
not being
fish.
loyal. That has nothing to do with loyalty.
Yeah, if you really like that person, you're going to
That
tell
has
them.
nothing to do with loyalty. That's just straight up being a dick.
Yeah, if somebody that you thought was loyal, and like if they're disloyal, it would depend really like what you want the outcome to be in the situation. You want to stir up a bunch of shit between you and your friend group and look like the bad guy at the end of the day, or do you want to have a man-on-man conversation with the person that did you wrong? And
I mean, that's kind of like nudie pics, sending titty pics and shit. Are you going to be loyal to that person and keep them private, or are you going to post them everywhere?
or are you going to send them to Beandonga? Like,
Right.
it's a conundrum.
So one of the things is friends with benefits. Are you going to start saying people's names, or are you going to be loyal to these people? Yeah. Oh, it becomes, is that respect? Are you going to respect these people, or are you going to be loyal to them? So there's that line where the respect and the loyalty run parallel, but where do they meet also together and kind of cross over?
Crisscross to make
You know what though? I don't think loyalty
If you respect the
necessarily.
person, you're not going to be going and showing their boobies that they showed you to everybody.
So you're
If
going to
you
be loyal to that person too. So that's where the lines merge together.
I don't think loyalty encompasses like this thing where you keep secrets or where you don't feel the freedom to be critical of something. I don't feel like that's being disloyal.
I wouldn't. I would want the truth. I would want somebody to be honest to me if I thought you were like Elisa said, I would want you to tell me, hey, your breath stank, and I'd be like, oh, thank you, But like, it's one of those things that, especially when you first get to know someone before you have that loyalty or trust or anything, it's almost like, what's that?
Do you think there's levels to loyalty?
Oh, 100%, for sure. Just like a spectrum.
I think if your loyalty is healthy, I think that there's one thing if you're sitting there like running somebody down and just being just a total jerk or being overly critical or whatever. I don't think that that's healthy. But at the same time, like I don't know. Like I don't know how to explain this. Like I'm very honest, and so like one time. I have this really good friend. We're really close friends and everything. Love her to death. We're ride or die friends. And so I was bringing her together with another friend, and my other friend, I was kind of telling her how my friend was, and I said, yeah, she's kind of ditzy sometimes, And I don't feel like I don't feel like that was disloyalty. I think that was just kind of like explaining personality traits or whatever, and I think that there's like I think it's healthy to be able to say those things or call people out. Like if you're being stupid, if you're doing something stupid, then, calling you out for being stupid, I don't think that that's disloyal. I think it's healthy. And I think that I don't see that as being disloyal.
I would
see that as disloyal because how dare you, whatever.
I think that would be you respect the person enough, but you're still loyal to them.
Go ahead, Lisa.
I
Sorry.
better pay you. It's like if I owe you money and I say I'll pay you Friday. I better pay you Friday, or at least come at you and talk to you Friday. Otherwise, next time when I need to borrow money again, you're gonna know I'm not a loyal customer. I'm not gonna pay you next Friday, like I said.
It's so close to trust, right,
Yeah.
Jason? It's like almost the same. Like you were talking about the intersection there, and it's like you're
Trust and commitment.
No front
Yeah.
ever. Never
Trust
front.
and commitment would be a big one with it. You
Right.
know, that becomes into the aspect. What do you need to be loyal to somebody? You need trust. You need respect. You know, you need a lot of things. You need honesty. It's commitment. You know, there's a lot of these things. What
Yeah.
are you gonna require for you to be loyal to somebody, or for what do you require, you know, for somebody to feel that you are loyal to them? You know, because you got to look at that too. Is as a good person, I want to be loyal to somebody. I don't want them to think that I'm going to go behind their back or talk shit about them or anything like that. You know, it's one of them things that it's a quality of a good person is loyalty.
You think it has to do attached to your reputation too, though, Jason? Like you want your reputation to be as a person.
I
of
don't care what my
trustworthy?
reputation is, because people talk and they can think
True.
everything they want. It doesn't matter
True.
what you believe, you know.
Well, but you still are what you put out in the world, like whether or not somebody
Exactly.
makes a rumor up of it
Exactly.
or not.
Because,
It's like I
like
choose
I
to
said
be a
earlier,
loyal type person.
you know, my name right there, it burns people's asshole. I love it. I love
Every
it.
time. Can't look
because
over in that corner.
I'm not going anywhere. People have tried. They've tried and tried and tried, and I'm not going anywhere. You know, I don't care what they think about me. I don't care what my reputation is. I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing before. Yeah.
Come on, cat.
So that's one of them things. But as what is on our list? If somebody said, you know, what's it going to take for you to be loyal to me? You're going to give them a list of things. You know, so
I think you know, a lot of it has to do with having good character.
but what is your definition of character? Because a lot of people's definition of character is a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty loyal to McDonald's, and
See?
the only character they got is the clown, and I think they got rid of him.
Have an M.
Have you seen the building lately? Yeah, it's straight brown brick. There's no more colors in the whole place.
Some people are many characters.
I don't know why I can't get rid of that. It's like my number one vice.
That would be funny.
Even people with cigarettes and brands, you know, brand foods. People
I was
become
gonna say
loyal
that
to a
earlier,
certain
yeah.
brand, a certain clothing brand, certain stores.
We
Well, I'm not
become
going to
loyal
shop
to
there.
those. Yep.
That's cheap clothes. You know, look at Kmart back in the day. It was, you know, if you shopped at Kmart or any store like that, any box store, oh, you didn't have money. You know, that was
Right.
But so
If you didn't go
it's
to the
one of those
mall,
things.
the
Yeah.
mall
You
stores.
had to go to the mall and go to the name brand stores, and you were loyal to them stores.
I started buying
Even
some Abercrombie
people-
and Fitch.
I know I was faced with the situation today. Friends said that they were going to go get their nails done. I was like, all right, you know, I'll talk to you later, this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
And then I got a phone call saying, no, I'm not going to do it. They're busy. I was like, there's 30 nail places here in Jackson. Well, what do you mean they're busy? Oh, no, I'm not going to go to any other nail salon.
Yep. Or
Oh.
Well,
barber.
there's
Loyal.
stuff that goes with that too. It's not just loyalty. I mean, to some degree, like people that
You build trust.
Yeah, you found a
well,
good
you
ass
build
nail
trust,
person.
like I do my own hair now, but I used to have my hair done, you know, because my hair doesn't require as much processing as it used to. We'll just put it that way. And
I get it.
and so you go to somebody, that you know is gonna do your hair the way you like it done. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
sure
But
men
you
have that
gained
same-
loyalty with them. You gain the trust of them. You gain the
Yes.
respect of them that they're going to do it
Because they
properly.
consistently do your hair. There's a consistency to that, you know, and the same
Yes.
thing goes with nails. And not
If
only
they
that, but
respect
you
you enough
develop
to do it properly.
relationships with these people that you
Yep.
go to, because you don't just sit there like a bump on the log. I mean, you're talking and you're sharing all kinds of stupid stuff. It's like, you know, you develop relationships with these people that do your hair.
That's
and
what it's about. They
Oh,
more
that's
sell the feeling. They sell the feeling of being there, the good time. They make you feel comfortable. It's who you build rapport with, who you build the connection with.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have
There's a
who you
lot of
prefer,
intimacy,
then you'll have a
especially-
second, and you should have a backup plan because, you know, maybe they're not loyal to you. Maybe they close up and quit.
I'm
Yeah.
in love with this stripper.
But there's
I
a
think
lot
people
of
know
trust
that-
that goes into going to get your hair done. It's an intimate thing, you know, to have your hair done, you know, because, you know, what you look like after the fact, you know, when your hair is done and you have your makeup and stuff like that. But when you're having your hair done, you know, you look kind of ugly.
I think you just
know,
nailed it. I think loyalty is connection plus obligation. You feel an obligation to this person, and you have a connection with this person or this business or entity, whatever it may be.
Some kind of
You have
an
this
attachment.
connection, plus you feel an obligation for whatever the reason is.
And you trust that person not to mess your hair up. So you keep going to that person because they ain't gonna mess your deal
Well,
up.
that's what
Well,
provides
yeah.
the connection is the doing the hair and all that stuff, and then the obligation is you feel like you have to keep going back to this person. Like you don't want to go to their competition or whatever it may be, whatever the
Well-
reasons may be.
Elisa May, your hair naturally curly?
Mhm.
Have you ever had a bad haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes me
Not
it
everybody
takes me
knows
a
how to
long
cut.
time to find somebody to do it right. Like highlights and lowlights. The last like 4 years, I found the same person, and I go to her all the time. I'm gonna keep going to her until something happens.
Yeah,
Because,
because
you know
not
that-
everybody knows how to do curly hair. And it's the
Or
same
have-
with black hair. Black hair is, I have a lot of friends that have traditionally been hairstylists. Curly hair, black hair, and people that have really like redheads, there's certain hair colors that it's really hard to cut their hair because if you don't cut it the right way and if it doesn't lay right, it looks terrible. People have really thick blonde hair, like really coarse blonde hair, have a hard time getting their hair cut. Black people have a hard time. Curly haired people have a hard time. Redheads.
Also, the loyalty will have you go into somebody for 10 years getting your hair fucked up because it's your cousin opened a hair salon and like,
They're your
$3 cheaper than the other one.
you're
Yep,
sneaking
I've seen
behind
that
their
with
back to get a
tattoos left
fade.
and right. You know, like, oh yeah, he's a great tattoo artist. He'll do you one for cheap. Well, you get what you paid for.
Guys,
A $35 tattoo is a $35 tattoo. Remember that, guys.
I was gonna say though,
Sure.
you are
you-
gonna see that.
do you guys think that loyalty can build off of your first impression, or almost hinges off of impression?
Yeah.
Think about it like
Well,
think about it like a toxic relationship. There was love in the beginning, right? Like he wasn't always such a bad guy.
I think respect forms first. I think a respectful form, and then loyalty forms after respect.
Right, and that's your first impression. Like, oh, this is somebody that I want to get to know more. If
Yep,
you
I can respect this person to be able to get to know them more, and then after the first day, I might not be loyal to you yet. You know, it's going to take some time for me to say that I'm not talking to anybody else and being committed to you like that. You know what
well,
I'm
I'm not
saying
saying
there?
loyalty yet. I just mean like the reason that first impressions are so important is that everything else builds off of that as you get to, especially if you're going to be in that person's orbit longer, say like at a job or something. Your first impression of your boss is going to give you some vibes real quick on whether you respect that person. And that respect then would lead to loyalty. If you're going, man, I respect the hell out of this guy, the way he's talking. Oh man, I see him going out there to work and he's putting his hands in there, getting dirty. Okay, cool. That doesn't mean loyalty yet, to your point. but those are things that are kind of important building blocks. I just think of that first impression being so important, and I've fucked that up so many times. Like you can't get your words out, or maybe you did one too many dabs before you left the house that day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I think to your point, then you're loyal to somebody because they, for a certain reason, like they held themselves to a certain standard or whatever. But then if they don't match that over time, then that's where like you could lose that loyalty for them. If they don't match the original standard that you set for that loyalty.
I have the question for you guys. Do you think loyalty is a little bit like trust in that once you're no longer loyal to someone, you can't really get that back? Do you give a second chance for somebody's loyalty? You ever had a company where
I think it depends on how strong the relationship is to begin with. Like
I gave
like,
he's
A
given
good
me
foundation.
and a lifelong commitment. You got to be able to give somebody a chance. Nobody's perfect.
I'm known for giving you enough rope to hang me with, cutting it down, and handing it back.
Well,
That's
like in
a
my
long-
case, like with my work,
Oh, wow.
like I still work for my same school district, but my eyes are open to stuff. And instead of I don't know.
They've cracked the shell of your sort of.
I think somebody said it earlier,
Well, I
saying
just
we're all
look at- I
damaged.
just look at things
We're
differently, and it's
fucking
like
damaged.
I just look at it differently. It's like I don't know. I guess it's more of a practical thing because there's no other school district here, so I'm limited on my choices of where I can work. But it definitely, you open your eyes to the situation and you're like, okay, I tell people, and this is a standard rule for me, I make a good mirror. And that's period. You show me a shitty side, you're going to see a real shitty side of me too. Or you might potentially, if I decide to engage with you, see a real shitty side of me. So I just think that my level of commitment to the organization depends on the level of commitment that organization has for me.
I was going to say that earlier. Do we think is it a must to go both ways? I don't think so, but I think in a personal relationship it does. Or like say, the place you work is still pretty personal. But where I see it not work is like say I'm loyal to this football team. They're not loyal to me, so they don't even know me. But like there's some weird one-way loyalty there going on. But in a relationship, if you're loyal to that other person, you better hope they're loyal to you. If you know they're not, then you're in a what's called abusive relationship in some way, they're.
Oh, that could also be one-way loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that would be, but I wouldn't call loyalty to a football team an abusive relationship. So there's like different types of one-way loyalty, I guess.
You don't bet on sports, do you?
Okay. Like I don't know. I don't bet on rigged games like the NFL. My bad.
I think a lot of times one-way loyalty can come with our job. We will be loyal to that company and not realize that we're just a number. Layoffs can happen tomorrow. Especially with in companies where there's lots of employees. I work for a company that has roughly 1,000 employees right now. Last month, literally, we got called into a meeting and 107, 108 people got laid off, gone.
Yeah.
We had no idea about it. Had no clue it was happening. Just gone. They packed up their locker and left. We were told that everything is frozen, no hiring, no raises, anything like that. Some of these people had been with the company 10 years. It wasn't just anybody, if you were new to the company or whatever. I had only been with the company, I'm at 5 months now, but I didn't get laid off, knock on wood, thank God. But now it has opened a lot of people's eyes, saying like this could happen to any of us. You know, yes, we've been loyal to this company day in and day out for however long, but what is the sense when this could happen? So
Do you think it's an emotional thing that happens? It's not like there's not a physical decision where I'm like, you know what, this company's done me right for 3 months, I'm going to be loyal to them. Like it doesn't, you don't sit down and have that conversation. You just go, you start to feel loyal to them because you are more invested. That sunken cost fallacy, you know, where you've sunk so much time and you know, oh, I've been really working on my manager. He's going to give me that raise or that vacation. You know, I've been working on this or that, and I've been learning all the stupid computer learning at every company now. There's some like, you know.
Mine was financially based.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Anytime I asked for a raise, anytime I asked for anything, they gave it to me, and I made great money. They took care of me outside of work. They took care of me inside of work. They appreciated the family life balance, you know, so they paid for time off and sick time and everything else. So it was, to me, financial benefits and the company just supporting us. Yeah. So
I don't
That's
think you
why
should ever have much loyalty to a company, because you could be replaced tomorrow. And if something happens to you, or you get that old, you're not capable of doing the job anymore.
see, the company that I had the most loyalty to, they closed down. You know, they fought till the end and they closed down. So it was just one of them things, they couldn't survive anymore. But they really appreciated their employees. They appreciated everything. And, you know, that was like one thing, that bad management kills good employees. You know?
I worked with a girl that got Huntington's disease, and once she got so bad, the company kind of had to tell her, you know, you're really not doing the job no more. There's not like a whole lot we could do for you. And they let her go because she wasn't able to do pretty much anything anymore. When her body didn't work like it used to, she couldn't really talk no more without drooling, and I don't know, just the stuff Huntington's does to you. They just couldn't keep her on anymore.
Has anybody ever worked for a family business?
For what?
Like a family business?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I meant mostly like our own family business, but if that's a no, any family business, you would have seen a little bit of a different feel, because like I worked at this place where people that didn't even work there but were in the family would pop in, scoop up whatever they felt like off the shelves and walk out. I'm like, what's going on there? And it's like,
Oh, that's Randy.
yeah, oh, well, that's, you know, cousin Jeff or Randy or something like that. It's like, what? And I meant like more on the loyal angle is like, if you work in a family business, say you grew up in one, would you think that's a little different? Because it's like, well, that depends on how much loyalty you feel to your family, I guess. It would be linked directly to like, well, do I like my family, or am I on good terms with them? Do we work together in this business? You know, I worked for my brother once, and my other brother also worked there for a time as well. So that was kind of it felt cool, like, for a little while. It was the only time. My mom even worked at that place once for a little while too. So it was kind of the closest I ever had of like a family business, and it did feel different. You know, you felt more like, okay, we're all in this thing. I want everybody I want the other people I work with that I love and am related to.
Yeah, then you try to take a day off.
Oh yeah, those are small business for sure.
That's two different things right there. So,
well, small business is like that though. Even without being family-run business, small business is like one day off for somebody randomly when like you only have 4 employees or something like.
One day off, and that's what you hear. Where's your fucking loyalty, man?
Right.
But then again, as I owned a restaurant back in 2010, and I had family members working for me at the time and helping out. But I did give certain family members and friends free food. So now that was that out of loyalty or out of respect? You know, it was like, yeah, I know it's hard times for you right now. And yeah, come on in, get a sandwich, have dinner. Not a big deal. You know, bring the kids in. We can feed them real quick. I'll just write it off. Not a problem. You know, just let's make sure to write everything down so I don't have an issue with inventory or anything like that. Yeah, I don't really consider that loyalty. I more consider that respect.
I would say
No, I'm really loyal
generosity.
to the restaurant I work for. When Joe and them came in, I even made them pay. Thinking now, though, I should have just been like, oh, wrote that off. Your order's free tonight.
See?
Before we dive into anything else, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I do
All right,
I
too.
do want to say real quick, though, that you thought this was going to be a topic that nobody wanted to talk about, and here we are an hour and a half in, and nobody can shut up.
I haven't even pulled up the wheel. I've got it sitting there. I didn't want to like interrupt anything. Yeah, it was good. Thanks, Pete.
Yeah.
Topic tonight, guys. Yep.
Hey,
See you later. Yep. I got to
Thank
punch in a couple hours, guys, so I got to get a little bit of sleep. So I love you
All
all,
right.
and I will see you on the next one.
My
Good
kids
night.
dug it up.
Yeah, we got 38 likes, guys. If we get up to 50, I'll throw a door prize. And I meant to say this earlier, but I have this cup/bong because it has the pieces for both that I'm willing to give up if we get up to 50 live viewers. But obviously, I should have said it earlier. I'm going to just have that as a running challenge for the next few weeks. If we can get up there. So, but my friends at Level Up in East Peoria and in Springfield, they're good guys. But the graphic is pretty cool. You see Mario there with the blunt in his mouth, and it's pretty cool. So I've had it for a while. I just have never used it, and I don't plan to use it. So I'm just going to do a giveaway. It'll just be a sort of running challenge. I meant to say that earlier. I did say it yesterday. Some people are interested in it. Let's pull up the wheel though. I got to do a spin at least for the subscribers. And yeah, we can do whatever we got to do. What do you got going on, Andrew? Anything? Any deals? Anything going on? I'm going to be putting in an order for some Versa clips. My plant is getting big enough that I'm going to need them soon.
Nice. Heck yeah, some steaks, steak it up.
What's that?
Get some steaks, steak it up, hang them up. They're fun. They're fun to work with. Got good deals. I'll send some.
You stake them up?
No, you put steaks in the pots.
Oh, I thought they were just from branch to branch.
Well, you could do that too. That's what I mean.
I see.
Versa. You know what Versa means, right?
What is?
Multiple uses.
I understand. That's better than singular use.
Yeah, right. You know, use your imagination. It's not good for just one thing. It's good for multiple things.
Makes me sad for other things that are just good for one thing, you know?
Better than being good for no things.
Yeah, touche. I'll give you that. What do we got here? Rose, did you comment on locals and Facebook? Because I see you on the Facebook side. Let me make sure I got Rose a number, and then we'll spin it. Let's see. Joe Orzel, I gave you number 20. You were the top or the highest number. Okay, now we got Sean Cook, number 21. And let me make sure, see if Rose is not on the list. 21, Sean Cook.
Well, I'm going to go. Keep building trust, loyalty, keep being good people, doing unto others. Even though we're all different, we all have different needs. Just be good people. Toodles.
Well,
See ya.
thank you, Melissa May, for your input. Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you. Yeah, it was a good topic.
This is gonna come to a close quick.
Yeah, I'm not done. I've got some songs to play that I made. I thought were pretty good.
I just gotta pollinate. I gotta pollinate some plants. Take a shower. So gotta get some other things done.
Making a new strain.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, working on a new strain. We're at 41, guys. 9 more likes. We could get that. Hit that share button. Tag it out. Tag it out. Wait, I'm saying it wrong. You know what I mean. All right, let's go. Good luck, everybody. Shouts out to, let's see, MJ's Baked Goods won last night. And again, if you are here when we spin this, if you're here, you get double. But you do not have to be here to win at least one as subscribers. So I think that's fun. Get two coupons. Oh, I totally forgot. I got to show you guys something. We got 15 awesome people on the Facebook side and 6 people on the Rumble. Cheers, Rumblers. I totally meant to bring it up, but I got something new to show you guys that I'm pretty excited about. What do we got, number 12 or 21? 21 would be the person I just added, Sean Cook. Is it going to get all the way to 12? No, 12. 21! Oh, winner. Look at that. Sean comes through by the, skin of his teeth and just picks up the win. I got to spin it one more time, though, because I didn't spin Tuesday. You won. No, I don't think he's here, but Sean Cook, are you here, my friend? I'll give him a minute to see if he's here, but for now, I'm going to spin this one more time. So we're going to write this down, number 21. Yeah, Andrew, if you can hang out for a second, I want to show you this this cool banner that I had made.
We need 6 more likes?
6 more, yeah. It's today the 6th. 3, 6, 25. Okay. Sean Cook. Hey, while this is spinning, I'm gonna go grab something that I forgot to bring down.
Grab it. Oh, the banner. That's the banner coming tomorrow. Better check the track. 10.
I'm not sure who 10 is, but congratulations.
Who's 10?
Number 10. Well, let's see.
Dude, you ran up the stairs, didn't you?
It's pretty quick. I can get in and out of it. Am I breathing super heavy? Yeah. Let's see. Margaret was 15. Number 10 is Tommy Makeda.
Yes, Tommy.
Congrats. You won. Crippled Canvas Cowboy, what's up? Okay, congrats, Tommy. It's number 10. Just sent Tommy some Country Boy weeds. Frog juice. I'm all out now. You got one coming too. Leaf Cycle.
All right.
Okay.
Frog hopper.
Frog hopping juice. Check it out, you guys. I'm trying to do this without touching my e-nail over here.
Yeah, it's sticky. Oh yeah, there you go.
There, just stay still, you.
Doing good.
Where
Don't
did you
be
get
rude.
that made? Wait.
What?
Where did you get that made?
Locally.
Locally? That's cool.
We should never tell our secrets, Waylon.
Yeah. Yep. See how it's see-through? See that?
Okay, cool. So it's breathable.
Yeah, it's breathable, and it's indoor outdoor,
You couldn't tell it's good quality.
and it's got 4 grommets. I chose to get the 4 grommets,
Bring noise.
so you could hang sideways if you want. I don't think I would, but yeah, it's got all 5 shows. We Grow Wednesday. I just made that up just for this, and I made up the reviews logo just to have it on here, and I created this off of the video from Game Night, little game cartridge there, and of course we got our Hollywood Squares, people in the boxes. Shouts out to people in the boxes. And speaking of that, I do want to actually play this song now. Of course, if anybody else wants to pop up and talk about loyalty, you're welcome to, but I think we're just going to do a couple more dabs and hang out for a minute, and then hang out for a little bit here. Actually, I want to play this, though. We got Leaf Cycle in the house. Let me shut that off. And where is it? Down here? Ah.
No, no. Yeah, this is that chance.
There's a man named Andrew Lord, Leaf Cycle's his name. Out in the digital wild, he's
Like
playing
that,
his game.
Jeff? These are $20 to just my cost, so they are not cheap.
Got skills already. Producer.
Look at all the dogs. My dogs.
Cycle's got that special flair. From Angry Angie to Berry So Sweet, every bud's a tail, every grow's a feat. He's a wizard with weed, a breeder supreme. Genetics in his hands like a living dream. Angry Angie's fierce, Cycle Cindy's wild, and Zane Mary's berries got the crowd beguiled. Tasty and bold,
More
colors
likes.
that gleam.
I got 10 of these, you guys. So get them while they're hot.
Smoker's dream.
How much are they? $100?
Private reserve, count the days on his chart. Custom puzzles.
Sometimes, isn't that crazy? There's stories of like where if you charge a crazy amount, for some reason people will buy them versus charging too low. People will you attribute value to something when you see the price. Sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know. I want at least the shipping back in like $5 or $10, so probably 30 or 40. 30 for subscribers, 40 for non. Maybe that. Make a few
A
bucks.
pretty big banner. Pretty big. And breathable.
Good size, yeah. Let me see what it looks like on the wall here. I like that it's breathable. I chose that option because you can put it outside at an event or something.
With a website humming and apps on the rise, Leaf Cycle's the name under digital skies. A grower, a maker, a soul so true. Lord Leaf Cycle, this song's
Oh, that's pretty cool. How'd you do that? Mine doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't.
It's to the left, a little down a little.
I could put it down here maybe. I don't think that's a great spot for it, but I'm not sure. But let me play this other song that I got. I got a few here.
All right. Yeah, I
This
gotta
one's
get
a-
out of here, Waylon, guys. Sorry.
All right, man.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. We got about 20 minutes. We're just doing some end of the show hangout. Have a good night, man.
Yeah. Have fun jamming out. See you
I'll
guys.
I'll show you steady as the stone as you go out. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Cam's not following me anymore.
What?
Cam, get over here.
Oh, the camera?
Yeah, what do you think about over here, maybe? No, it doesn't fit in there.
Is it gonna
Overlap.
be visible?
What?
Is it gonna be visible?
Holdable?
Visible.
Oh, not really. Well, I think I'm gonna put it over here.
What's above your monitor thing?
Maybe like on
Banner that's above
the
it.
ceiling. Of what?
What's the banner that was above it?
Oh, True Healthcare Wellness.
Why don't you put your banner up there and move that other one down?
I don't know if I can remove it.
Cover it up.
Well, yeah, but I want to keep it up there somewhere. Yeah, this song's about loyalty, by the way. I had a lot of shit sticking that up there.
Loyalty's my guiding light, steady as a stone, deep as the sea. Loyalty's the root that anchors me. No storm can break, no tide can sway. You're the one who stays through every day. With every step, with every scar, I know exactly who
Not
you
bad.
are. True and strong, you'll never own. Loyalty's my home. So here's to you, the faithful few, the ones who see the journey through. In every beat, in every tone, loyalty's the steady stone.
She's stalking my cat.
Oh, I don't think I have any of the double-sided tape down here. I'll have to wait until I get some. All right, so yeah, steady as a stone is about loyalty. Thought that was cool. Then here's a pirate mix for you guys. The crew that keeps me going. That's all you guys. This song's about you guys out there watching. Margaret, hello. 3 more likes. Yeah, 3 more reactions. And we do it in the next 15 minutes. What do you got going on this weekend, Red Stick?
I haven't decided yet.
I'm kid free this weekend. Maybe is it supposed to be nice?
I think it's supposed to be decent, yeah.
Ooh.
Might be decent for a couple of hours.
Hey,
guys
that's enough. It's enough to play some frisbee golf.
We have here today. We had winds that gusted anywhere from 40 to 100 miles an hour. Supposed to be that way tomorrow and into Saturday. So what we get here, we get before you guys do. So you guys are getting something. I don't know what. Probably some kind of precipitation in a few days. because we're supposed to get some kind of precipitation in the area. And we don't get a lot of precipitation, so, but I think north of us is getting a lot more. I don't know, let me look at the weather map.
Purple Cannabis Cowboy says, "Hello, digging the music, man. Is this just your vibe music or you wrote this?" Well, a little bit of both. I created this using a couple of different AI programs, so it's not really written music, but I came up with some of the information that goes into it. And Pirate Rock about the viewers, about you guys out there listening.
Yeah, you guys have a system coming through. Looks like South Dakota and Iowa are getting, I think that's Iowa. What state is right next to you guys? Is that Iowa or is that Kansas?
Iowa, Missouri.
Looks like Iowa's getting,
Kansas.
South Dakota and Iowa is getting snow right now.
Good night, Vicky.
We're gonna get, there's a big rainstorm south of LA right now. We're probably gonna get that this weekend. That's probably what's gonna hit us. Fucking wind from hell. You couldn't even see the mountains today because the sandstorms are so thick. They closed down the interstates because the sand's just really bad. It blows. There's zero visibility and it blows like semi trucks and high profile vehicles, blows them over and all kinds of shit.
Like sandstorms.
Yep. My friend lives in
Nothing or two
Jimmy.
about those.
Huh?
I know a thing or two about those, right, Red Six? You ever been to
The boots?
a sandstorm?
Yeah.
Sandstorm where you can barely see driving.
Yeah.
So here's the wheel, guys. I'm going to put the wheel up to maybe help it along a little bit. So that was one version. I think this is a different version. Same song with the Pirate Rock. It's more like punk rock. Oh no, this is not the pirate version. All right, well, I'm gonna listen to People in the Boxes one from earlier. Actually, listen to it this time. It gets better after the first part. Cheers.
To me.
Need 3 more.
Every cube holds a tale untold, hearts of fire, dreams so bold. Walls can't hold what the spirit sings, laughter and tears on fragile wings. People in the boxes, souls on display. Talking through the silence, night into day. Bound by lines, yet the truth breaks free. People in the boxes calling to me. The cages or a stage to stand, a prison built by a human hand. Voices clash, then they blend as one in the boxes.
Let's see by a hashtag WTIF. Good night, Charlene. Amarochi, hello. Come on up if you like. Loretta, hello. Let's see by a way of hashtag WTIF who wants to go to an after fetch over on Locals where we can watch real music videos and things. You haven't been over there yet, Red Stick. I'll have to see if you want to jump over there. Huh?
No, I haven't. I usually go off here and go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of unnecessary on people in the boxes night because I you know, I don't need that after sesh, if you will. 2 more. I'd like to do a couple of wheels at some point soon for people for only. Hang on, let me turn this down. What's that? Oh, we got it. Oh, okay, I see. Got it. Oh yeah. I might do a wheel sometime soon for people that have never won, like people that are not subscribers and never won, just to get them a game night ticket.
Engaged, yeah.
Saturday night, maybe another time. That's okay, Mama Rochi. We're leaving here in about 10 minutes. We just got to the mark to give a door prize out. Of course, as always, I give everybody an extra spot on the wheel for going over to local or for going over to Kick, Rumble, and X. I'm going to add everybody from Kick real fast. Buddy, Cindy Lou, Terry, Jess, Margaret, and I think that's it from Kick. Over to Rumble, nobody, Kayla, Brendra, Terry, DC. And Margaret, Sandy, and Cindy. X, gotta get my phone. Let's see. Oh, wrong. We got Jess and Leslie Cobb so far. If you haven't hit that like button on the Facebook side, do so now. I'll be grabbing all those in just a minute here. You got to check the live chat. We got Sandy, Margaret. Yeah, good show tonight, guys. Very, very good discussion. I had a blast.
Had a blast.
Had a blast. I just got over 4.8K on my profile. Shouts out to my new followers.
Your Facebook profile?
Yeah, it kind of competes with my page. Okay, here we go. Copy. Okay, here comes the wheel. Boom. Congrats. Thanks, Mama Rochi. Mama Rochi, did you see my banner? I just got some banners made. Not a whole lot of banners, but some. Check it out real fast before I do the spin. Got to grab some double-sided tape, but I like it.
Yeah, it looks good there.
I gotta stay over this way to keep it in the shot, you know. All right. Good luck, everybody. And thank you for participating. Had kind of a slow couple weeks, but it ebbs and flows. We've had a good show tonight, and
Dude.
hope everybody has a good weekend. And I'm back for the Indoor Farmer game night on Sunday at 5:30 Central Time. 12 awesome people on the Rumble. Cheers, Rumble. If you guys could hit that repost on the Rumble side. Someone locally. I'm part of a thing. It's a thing. I did a thing.
You did a thing.
Yeah.
I did a thing.
Yeah, I see you doing lots of things on your post. All right, who's making up random ass accounts just to get the extra likes? It's like I look on the list here. It's like AAB, ACB, ADDD, ABCDD. It's like a video game with the initials at the end or whatever. Who is this? Hi, Linda. Who's BMBB? Baby mama, big booty.
Oh,
Whose baby mama is it? Oh, right here. I don't think that's what it means, but it could be what it means. I'm just saying. It's me. I thought it would be you. I actually thought of you because of the B and the still B still shots. I don't know why, but the capital B's. Bull Mountain Bud Boutique. Oh, snap. Okay. It ain't big booty, big mama booty.
Baby mama, big booty.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. All right, fine. Bull Mountain Bud Boutiques. Interesting. Well, congrats.
Nice.
I haven't. There's no stipulation that I guess you can't have multiple accounts. So it's a whole bunch of you guys do. I don't. Although I have hit the like button on this video by 2 different accounts. Well, not accounts, but like my page and my profile. So even I am guilty. But I see you now, Big Bud Mountain Booty Mamas. Okay. Door prize, and she's here. Kayla. Times 2. Kayla gets 2. Let me write that down real quick like. Different business accounts, right? Okay, Kayla, let me play one last song as I get these names put in the book here. I think I might have one more. Oh, this is a... No. No. No, I guess that was all the new ones. It's okay. Just play this one again. Wish you had what? I wish I had it too, man. Oh, right. I know. I didn't think you did. Florida in the house. Okay. Shouts out. All right. Where's my list here, Kayla? Kayla, you probably got a couple already. We got 3 already, so that gives you 5 total. Tommy Makeda gets us 3 now. Sean Cook. Sean Cook, I don't see any for you right now. Nope. Oh, yeah, actually, he does have one. So now you have two. Cool. Now check out the Winks house. Tuesday's show was pretty good. I had a special guest on, Nikki from St. Cody Sustainables. Shouts out to everybody that came up tonight on the show. Leaf Cycle, Bean Dongo, Renee, of course, Red Six, and Jason. Like this, I like this one too. Good night, Jess. I guess I can take this off. Frog Hopper Rose in the house. Hey, you, Leslie, I see you. All right, I think that is the end of that song, and that's the end of the show. So thank you guys again. I'll see you all on Sunday night for 5:30 Central Time for game night. We'll probably be running the same colorful chairs game one more time, and then after that I'll come up with something new. But yep, thanks again. See you. Have a good night. Remember, everybody's got to eat. Peace.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wheeling the indoor farmer. Check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm whaling the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real.